Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Whittier. The train, you can barely see us off in the distance. A very foggy day out today. It's hauntingly beautiful with the boats here in the dock, the crystal clear still water. It's absolutely gorgeous here. It's turnaround day on my Alaska cruise, but I got a couple things in the news that I thought, yeah, I should cover. First story is congratulations to Norwegian Cruise Line. Yep, the long-awaited Prima is having a gala celebration today in Iceland, just off the waterfront, and they have invited guests on there to celebrate. Hey, this is our brand new class of ship, our brand new proudest ship, and will soon to be basically their flagship going forward. And then it sets off on an 8-night cruise from Iceland all the way back to Amsterdam. I hope it stays there in Amsterdam for a while, because I'm heading to Amsterdam in a couple months. Would love to see the ship in port. I was supposed to be on the next version of the Prima out there, the Viva, but my scheduled cruise was canceled, and now I have to see if I can fit it in. I was hoping to be on one of the inaugural sailings. We'll probably get on the Prima early in the year next year. But congratulations, it does look like an absolutely beautiful ship. It's a whole new design with more deck space and more sitting areas, which has been a complaint from a lot of the Encore class ships, the Blizz, that there's too much stuff on the top deck, that there's not enough deck space for people. Well, this one cures it by having this huge wraparound deck walking around the ship. So I'm interested to see how people feel about this ship. Now, we also have in the news once again, just when you thought, hey, Key West, it looks like that has been solved and things are calming down and everything, and now we don't have to worry about it anymore. Not so fast, because the state has now called the city officials in for a meeting, and by officials, their legal team, because they want to understand how they have come to their decision to push cruise ships out to Pier B, which is and leave the other piers alone. The other piers pushing the cruise ships out to that one pier, because back in July of 2021. That resolution that had the voters voted on and was overturned by the state government, stating in that they could not, any port that could receive state funding, apply for state funding, or has received state funding, could not restrict commerce, up to and including all of the, you cannot stop vessel size, you cannot stop vessel by its environmental factors, you can't stop it by how many passengers it has, you can't stop it by nationality, and also you cannot stop embarkation and disembarkation of its passengers or crew from that dock. And essentially the city has gone around that and pushed them all out to one of the possible 3 docks they can use, which is against the state's law. So they are calling in the city officials to say, how did you come to this decision? And maybe you didn't understand the law properly, because the law states you can't do what you're doing. And so it's going to be very interesting to find out what the answers are. Now, that was supposed to happen on Friday, and now it's the weekend, so we have to wait till Monday to actually find out what they actually said in that meeting and what came of it. But even the city officials said, yeah, they probably want to see what our understanding of all this is, but it's probably going to be our legal team doing most of the talking. That's a good idea, because from the strictest letter of the law, what they're doing goes directly against the state's law that they came up with to overturn the decision of Key West. It just never seems to end. It just seems to keep going. It's funny how when one side loses, they try a workaround, and it does. I'm not talking about Key West workaround or the state workaround. It's both, right? The state lost, and so they did a workaround. They voted it out. The city lost. Now they're doing a workaround to vote it out. You see what I mean? It just never seems to end, and the only people who seem to be making all the money is the lawyers. But isn't that the way of the world nowadays? But yeah, I'm curious to see what happens there. Once again, I'm sure this is not the last time we'll be talking about Key West decisions in Florida. In fact, I think we'll be talking about it for the next 100 years. Well, I hope you appreciate this little update. I finally have a smidgen of internet today, and I mean a smidgen of internet. It's been absolutely atrocious so far on the ship. But yeah, I'm still enjoying my cruise. The fog and everything, you can't see much, but it's gorgeous. It just is. I'm loving this so much. Alaska is one of my favorite destinations, and that's why I've been here so many times. This is trip number 23, and this week now the turnaround will be 24. So 24 cruises to Alaska. I think I could probably do guided tours pretty simply. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. Let me just give you one more shot here of the dock in Whittier. Got a couple of the ferries going by, tour boats, and all the fishing boats.